Authors write for lots of different reasons. Money, recognition, to get our stories out there, to teach, to be read by people. But one thing most of us crave, whether we want to admit it or not, is validation about our writing. Book awards can give that to us, which is why today I want to talk about how to apply for book awards as an author. Book awards are great marketing tools in addition to providing validation. However, they can get pricey. So before you apply to awards, think about your budget, your niche, and your priorities. Before we dive into each of those, I want to let you know if you hang on until the end of this video, I will share how you can get a free submission checklist, which will help you get your writing published so you can apply to book awards. This is Ignited Ink Writing, a channel dedicated to helping authors like you transform your writing so it lingers with your readers, because writing that lingers gets remembered and recommended to others. I'm Caitlin Burvey, editor and award-winning author. Let's start with what book awards do for your book. Book awards make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside and give you that validation you crave, but they also help your book. Any good book award contest is going to share their winners everywhere. So whether you get an honorable mention or you win the grand prize, book awards can help you get in front of readers that you normally can't reach. So make sure you're picking awards that have a social media presence, a website, someone that they are going to share your win with to help spread the word, which will get more eyes on your book. Some people even pick the books they read based on certain book awards. My dad does this. He often will choose to read a book because it won a certain award that he's familiar with. He's liked all of the other winners, so he knows that this book is going to be something that he will enjoy reading. This can be particularly useful if you are self-published or come from a hybrid publisher, because it sort of is like a credential. If you have a book award, people are going to be more willing to give you a chance as a self-published unknown author. In addition to those things, you get to put the book award sticker on your book cover. So this is my book, and down here at the bottom I have put my SIPA Evie Award sticker. This one is printed into the cover. I do have the shiny ones as well, but they're really hard to film. So I went with this one for this. What that's going to do is attract a reader's attention, and some readers, like I said, pick books based on whether or not they've won awards. So be sure and stick that on there to again help get more eyes on your book. So a book award can help your book by helping you market. Next, I want to share how to choose which book awards to apply to. If you're like me, you want to win a book award, but you have limited time, budget, and tolerance for getting rejected. As authors, we hear no all of the time. You could potentially hear no from book award contests too. I get that that's frustrating. I deal with it as well. So when you're limited like I am, you need to be picky about which awards you're applying to, because you can't just apply to all of them. So here are the top 4 things that I recommend considering when you're applying to book awards. Number 1 is your budget. If you're like me, you don't have a bunch of money to throw at book awards. You'd probably rather spend it on marketing or getting your next book published. So when I was applying to book awards, I discovered that most of them are going to cost anywhere from $50 to $150, with the average price being about $65 to $85. That's kind of a lot per contest to enter. So I decided I was comfortable with entering 4 contests. That was my budget. I really wasn't willing to spend any more than that on this. So based on my budget, I knew how many contests I was going to apply to. You might do something similar. The second thing that I considered was the categories. I self-published my book, so I knew I was immediately going to eliminate anyone who didn't allow self-published books. The same thing is true if you publish traditionally. Some contests are just for self-published books, so you have to make sure that you qualify. The second thing that I looked at in relation to that was who had won the awards previously. Just because they say they accept self-published authors, that wasn't good enough for me. I wanted a contest where a self-published author had won, and the awards weren't just given to big-name authors and no debut authors. If debut authors aren't winning, I probably don't have much of a shot. The second thing I looked at was the categories. My book is a collection of short stories. If they didn't have a collections category, I wasn't going to apply. I also was looking for fantasy. My book is fantasy short stories. If they had a fantasy short story collection, I got excited and wanted to look more into that contest. So make sure that your book fits snugly into the categories of the contest you're looking at, not just kinda, sorta, almost fits. That's not good enough for your money. Pick somewhere that loves your style of writing. So think about your genre, the way that you published, and whether or not you fit in this contest. The third thing that I looked at was the quality of the contest. Do you want a participation trophy, or do you really want to win? Even though what I wanted was partially validation, I really wanted to win. I wanted to win a contest that meant something, not one that was just super easy to win or handed out honorable mentions to everyone. So I chose contests that were high quality, that had winners that I wanted to be among, that I respected and thought were good books, so I wanted my book to be among those. And I looked for contests that were run by quality writers' organizations of some sort. So if I'd never heard of them and couldn't find any information about the organization running the contest, then I wasn't going to apply to that one. Now, what you consider quality might be different from what I consider quality, so that is completely subjective and up to you. Maybe you do just want a participation trophy. That's fine. It'll still give you that sticker for the cover of your book. The fourth thing that I recommend you think about when choosing the book awards that you apply to is what the authors on Writing Excuses podcast call shininess. Shininess is how much that book award means to you personally. This really doesn't have to do with those more analytical sides of which contest you should apply to. This is all, which one do you just want to win, just because you do? Which one do you just like the look of, so you want that one? Which one have you grown up reading, so you want to win that one? Think about those things. For me, some shiny book awards that I would like to win just because I want to are the Colorado Book Award and the Hugo. Now, I did not apply or qualify for the Hugo with this first book. That's not surprising. Hugo is a different type of award contest. It is nominated through the organization, so it's different. I did apply to the Colorado Book Awards for this one. I didn't win, but I'm still glad that I applied because of that shininess quality. I also really wanted to win the SIPA Evie, which is the award that's on my book. The Colorado Independent Publishers Association runs an international indie publishing book contest called the Evies every year. And I have been affiliated with that organization in the past. I like and respect them, so I wanted to win their award. The bonus tip I have for you when looking at book awards is to consider the name of the award as well. This is something that I thought about after I had applied to my book awards and will be using in the future. Pick a book award that has a name readers can understand. So, for example, Best Thriller of 2021, Best Fiction Book of the Year, something like that. If a reader has never heard of the Newbery Book Award, they're probably not even going to guess that that is for middle grade fiction. So pick a book award that either is well known, you can assume most people know what the Newbery is, or that has a contest book award name that makes sense to people who have no idea what it is. So I would look at names the next time I apply to book awards. In short, when applying to book awards, to give yourself the best chance at winning and also to make sure you're spending your money wisely, first think about your budget, then the categories of that award, make sure your book fits, then the quality of the book award, and then think about the shininess, how much that award matters to you, and the name of that award. Next, I want to share an award-winning author and editor's tips on book awards. You don't need a book award to be a great author. This is just a form of validation. It's something nice and enjoyable. It's not a requirement. If you don't want to apply or you don't have the funds, then don't apply. Don't worry about it. You don't have to. However, don't let fear of failure, fear of rejection prevent you from applying. I almost didn't submit When Magic Calls to book awards because it is a collection. Collections tend to not do as well in categories where they are up against novels. So I was nervous about that, and I almost didn't apply to some awards because of that. If I had not applied to book awards, though, I would still be wondering if I would have won if I did. So I'm really glad that I applied just to know, and also because I won. The book awards that I did win, and the little sticker that's on the front of my book, are the SIPA Evies. I took first place in cover design. I loved my cover, so I was excited about that. I took first place in the anthologies and collections category, and my book was selected as the best overall fiction book, so it won the Herb Tabak Award for fiction. That means that I did beat out those novels. So that fear that I had about my book not being able to go up against novels was unfounded. Turns out they are good enough. So I would have never discovered that if I had not applied to these book awards. If you're afraid in that way like I was, push past that. Don't let that hold you back and prevent you from applying. I will say the cover award contest is part of the reason that I wanted to apply to the SIPA Evies. That was a little bit of the shininess quality of that award for me. You can, when you apply to a SIPA Evie, enter in for cover design, interior design, audiobook, lots of different technical award categories that I just thought were fun. So I wanted my book to be able to qualify for some of those. I didn't enter all of them, but I did enter the cover one. When you're applying to book awards, you might consider things like that as well. So, what book award would you love to win? What's a shiny award for you? Share it in the comments below. And for more videos on getting published, winning book awards, and other aspects of writing, subscribe to Ignited Ink Writing, a channel dedicated to helping authors like you transform your writing so it lingers with your readers. Because writing that lingers gets remembered and recommended to others. I'm Caitlin Burvey, award-winning author and editor. To find out more about me, go to ignitedinkwriting.com. That is where you will find that submission checklist, which will help you get your books published so you qualify for book awards. It's also linked in the description below. And go to caitlinburvey.com to see my book, When Magic Calls, learn a little bit more about the award, and decide if maybe that's a contest you want to apply to. And now it's your turn to remember why you personally are applying for a book award, and to consider your budget, the award categories, the quality of the award and organization, and the shininess of the book to give you the best chance at winning that book award and to ignite your ink.